Harold had always been an early riser. For most of his life, his mornings began with the same routine: a brisk walk, black coffee, and a to-do list. But as he crossed into his early 60s, things had started to shift. The walk grew shorter, the coffee stronger, and the to-do list remained largely untouched by lunchtime. "I don't know what's happening," he admitted to his old friend Frank one day. "It's not that I'm sick. I'm just tired, all the time." Frank, who was a few years older but still rode his bike like a teenager, nodded knowingly. "You ever get your vitamins checked?" "Vitamins?" Harold scoffed. "What am I, a cereal box?" But Frank was serious. "You'd be surprised. Energy, performance, even your mood, it all starts there. I've been taking a few key ones since I turned 60, and I haven't looked back." Harold left the coffee shop that day with more questions than answers. He scheduled a physical, got some blood work done, and asked his doctor point blank, "What am I missing?" The results were clear. While Harold's overall health was fine, he had deficiencies in 3 areas that could explain his fatigue and sluggishness: vitamin B12, vitamin D, and magnesium. Vitamin B12. That was the first one his doctor explained. B12 helps convert the food you eat into energy. As you get older, your body doesn't absorb it as well, especially if you take heartburn meds or have digestive issues. Low B12 means low energy. Harold started taking a daily B12 supplement and added more B12-rich foods like eggs, fish, and lean meat to his meals. Within a week, he noticed the fog lifting. His mornings didn't feel quite so heavy. His legs felt steadier on his walk. Next was vitamin D. Harold had heard of it before, mostly in connection to bone health, but didn't realize how deeply it affected his energy levels and immune system. Low D is extremely common, the doctor said, especially in men over 60. If you're indoors a lot or live in northern climates, it can drop fast. The solution was simple: a once daily D3 supplement and some intentional time in the morning sun. Harold even moved his reading chair to the porch, that where he could catch those early rays. After a few weeks, he wasn't just more alert, he was sleeping better too. His mood, which had subtly darkened in recent years, brightened. He found himself laughing more, even singing along with the radio on his way to the grocery store. But it was magnesium that surprised him the most. "It's not as well known," Frank had said, "but it's a game changer." Magnesium, it turned out, was essential for muscle function, nerve transmission, and even testosterone production. Harold's levels had been low for years without anyone catching it. That might explain the nighttime leg cramps, the restlessness, the subtle decline in strength and stamina. He started eating more magnesium-rich foods: spinach, almonds, black beans, and added a small magnesium supplement before bed. The effects were subtle at first. His legs stopped cramping at night. His sleep became deeper. But over time, the real changes came. More physical confidence. He wasn't just awake during the day. He felt alive. His libido improved. His workouts, though modest, became something he looked forward to again. It wasn't magic. It was just vitamins, 3 simple nutrients that had been slowly depleting from his system over the years, quietly sapping his energy and vitality. Harold shared his findings with his weekly walking group, most of whom were also in their 60s or 70s. One by one, they started trying the same regimen. The difference was visible. Men who had once trailed behind were now keeping pace. Jokes flew more freely. A couple of them even signed up for a local charity hike, something they hadn't dared attempt in years. The story didn't end with just feeling better. Harold found himself doing more, volunteering at the library, organizing a neighborhood cleanup, even taking a weekend trip with his grandchildren. His days were fuller, not because he forced himself through fatigue, but because he had the energy and motivation to enjoy them. "You know," he told Frank a few months later over coffee, "I thought this stuff was only for people with health problems." Frank laughed. "We are those people, Harold. We're just taking care of it now." Harold looked around the cafe. People came and went, most with their heads down, caught in their own distractions. He sipped his coffee and smiled. 3 vitamins, he said. Who would have guessed? The answer, of course, was simple: anyone who had ever paused long enough to listen to their body. And finally, Harold had. Not to chase youth or reverse time, but to live this chapter with clarity, strength, and joy.